a little clip, well, part of the stream before. They look quite good, but anything can happen.
Yeah, anything definitely can happen. Just get the guys to ready up. And there the clock goes. So yeah, we're all getting underway. We've got 14 for the first time actually tonight in Group A, because JFL had to run with 6 nights. We've got a full 7v7, and honestly, Kieran, I can't tell you who's going to win this one.
I think it might be close. I think it may be a very close points finish.
I think it is going to be very close between these two. Obviously, we've got pole position has got a point, and Fast Slap has a point. It could all come down to that at the end of this race. So the final race of the night for week 1, and next week we're at Italy for week 2. So we've got some good action still to come for the next 3 weeks after this on a Sunday night, and I'll put the description for every other Twitch streamer and YouTuber on this doing this tonight. So we will just get about ready to get underway, Kieran. So you said you checked in a few minutes from the last race. Do you think Dark Stomper will get pole again?
I think it could, but I think Rabi might steal it, because first race Rabi exceeded track limits, which is unfortunate, and they are quite close paced.
Yeah, of course. There was a couple, wasn't there? And yeah, Paul Jackson was the other one, who usually I would know be right up there, but obviously he did struggle a little bit. So we had Granty Boy ready up. So we'll keep an eye on people like that. Shalwati and Milan, and of course Dark Stomper. I think Tim as well, Pure Jackson are ones to look out for. Still got some good strong pace from Gods and Mars. As we're going to get underway now, Kieran, so it's all to play for now.
Hopefully there's no invalidations.
Let's hope not. Still got these top 3 from Rookie, and they're getting away from Dark Stomper, to be fair.
We have Milan that's retired.
And we've had, Milan, who's had to back out already. We've got Dark Stomper up to 3rd. Still looking pretty strong for Rookie, but we've got LFR got a good mid-pack there, Kieran, at the moment. Quite strong in the midfield at the moment.
Yeah, and that could seal it. That really could seal it. You could have a full mid-pack and they win the first 2, but you still win the full race.
So it will be very interesting. We're coming round 10, 7 and 8. Obviously it's quite hard to commentate on these laps. We'll see how close. I think Dark Stomper, and they are super close. There is nothing to separate these two. Dark Stomper goes up, and Pure Jackson into 1st and 2nd. And Granty Boy is out as well. Dark Stomper takes pole in the point for the 2nd time for LFR.
I think that is his fastest lap that he's had qualifying today, because it was a 1:03.2 last time, so he's went faster. By 3/10.
Yeah, this is all to play for. And disqualified with Shawati in the final corner, and that's really going to hurt Rookie Racing League now in the bottom 5, Kieran.
Yeah, it really is.
And they weren't very consistent there with their qualifying pace. Everyone from LFR set a lap, crucially, and we'll see how these guys get on. As I said, we've got a quite strong mid-pack. I'm going to try and not be biased, but it's going to be difficult and to see what it's like in this race. But obviously we're going to see Granty, Milan and Shalwati moving up the pack for sure, Kieran, in this race.
Hopefully. I don't want it to stay this way. I want some action, because as it sits, even with disqualifications, I think they'll have the better tyre options, though. They will be able to go in the mediums straight away.
And we don't know about what the weather conditions are going to be like. Obviously we've only had one mixed, and obviously we're starting with a dry one for the 3rd race as well. So, interesting, we might have another mix. Maybe, maybe not, but we'll have to see for the last 18 laps of tonight.
Hopefully it's a nice dry race.
Let's hope so. We did have a dry race last time out, so we're just seeing these guys ready up. And I feel like this could be one of the ones to watch, Kieran, for the next 4 weeks.
Yeah, it does seem kind of close. So I think this is what looks one of the most close-knit teams, Group A.
So we'll have to wait and see. We've got Dark Stomper getting away, and Pure Jackson's going to be much happier with his second performance here. Just getting underway. These drivers just on their formation lap, going to get the tyres warmed up and see how we go on. As we said, keep an eye out from 10th to 14th, those bottom 5 for Rookie Racing League. They're not going to want to fight each other into turn 1, and that's sometimes the issue with this format in a way, is turn 1 you really got to be careful of not hitting your teammates.
Yep, and with them in a pack makes it very hard. Because usually I'm like, when I go into that, I'm trying to squeeze a position or two, but they need to be very, very wary.
Yeah, we're seeing the front 2 of LFR pulling away from the rest of the pack. Very strange, actually.
Dark Stomper usually is, he does his formation laps and warm up his tyres. He does them a bit weird. He like accelerates hard then brakes hard, which I've always found a bit weird.
Whatever works for him. So we got the CRX guys, 4th and 5th. They're usually always pretty close on a Tuesday night with us.
Yeah. Sometimes they've had a few DNFs, but I think that's just out of pushing it a little bit too hard. But they two have been, they're really good driving next to each other, so that is a massive help for LFR.
Yeah, of course it is. We're just seeing the last drivers format. We're seeing Milan format now. We've got 14 for this race, a full grid in FSL, and we're going to be underway for the final race. 5 lights, and we're not away, of course, because of the quality glitch I have. I completely the start glitch I have. So we're just going to wait, and we're away now with Dark Stomper getting away for LFR. Now side by side into turn 1. I think he's going to let Pure Jackson go, which he does. Good teamwork from the 2 of them. We've got Grodu up to 3rd on the grass. We've got Gods into 3rd now for LFR. 1, 2, 3 for LFR, and we've got the 2 Rookie Racing League drivers fighting together. Bit of a lunge from the rookie driver there, getting a squeeze on from Gods. He's getting right on the rear end of that LFR car, and Lee not getting a good start there, down in 12th place. He's going to want to try and make up some positions later on in the race. We've got Grodo up into 3rd now, and got Mad Nathan in 5th. Got a yellow flag.
Don't know what that was for.
Towards the back of the field, and Milan is right on the back of Lee.
I think he might have wing damage.
Not too sure, but Grodu struggling with the car, Kieran. Really fighting, and Milan goes through. Lee in the pits, got wing damage. He's going to have to go the long game now. Mediums to the end, I think, for Lee. And he's going to want to hope for a safety car. Got some side-by-side action from the LFR drivers. Tim has moved up to 6th, and Mars are both going side-by-side together. And we've got a yellow flag.
Sector 1.
Rabbi just giving
Milan.
a squeeze on. Big dive from Shawali in turn 3. And wasn't able to get that done so much. Rabbi's trying to struggle away in 10th place with 8th and 9th. And Gods is losing a position or 2 now. This is very, very close, Kieran, between these drivers.
And go back to that sector 1 yellow flag. It was Milan.
Mad Nathan trying to get a bit of a lunge on there into turn 6. I think it was a bit of a ballsy move, trying to go down the inside. Just granted by on Rabbi. He's able to keep that position for 9th place. As I said, this all super close between these guys, and Gods is not holding up any of these positions. It's nice to see the LFR boys at 1 and 2, Kieran, pulling each other along, trying to get away from Brodo.
Yeah, they got a 2.5 second gap, and it seems to be getting bigger and bigger. So hopefully it can stay that way.
Let's see if it does. We've got Gods maybe looking for a move round the outside, really late on the brakes from the LFR driver, getting a bit of a squeeze. Was left the room though at turn 3, and man, Nathan might have to have a look here. Goes to the inside. Gods leaves the door wide open, goes a bit late. I think the switcheroo for Gods is on, goes to the inside, goes to the outside, and it's all started to hot up with the Tim now going through. And going to have a pop at these two RRL drivers in 3rd and 4th. But at the moment, it's looking like nothing to play for at the minute, Kieran.
No, it was very back and forth. Because Gordo and Mad Nathan takes the positions, and everybody's just taking them back, and it's back and forth. So,
and I have to say, very clean racing from these two teams at the moment as well.
Yep, that's what you always love to see. You always love to see two teams that can actually run side by side without causing an incident. And
Pure Jackson ducks on for switching places, trying to not hold up each other.
Is coming up on Gods. And he's a massive dive bomb. And hit him.
Big dive bomb, and we've got and Shawali is in the wall and loses places now. And Granty Boy going down the inside on Gods. They're trying to go side by side with each other there. Rabbi is not too far behind. Got Mars and Gods wheel to wheel with each other. They don't want to be fighting too hard. They want to just try to work together to make up some places. But at the moment, as I said, it's so close to call. I couldn't give you any sort of winner if it ended now, to be honest. We're just looking at the results at the moment.
Yep, the top 4, the two teams are just pulling their teammates along constantly. We've got a pit from Gordo. Which
Brodo has pit. I think there was a bit of carnage at turn 3. Not going to see if there's any instance on that. Granty Boy right on the back of Tim. Tim's going to try and hold a defence to the inside. And around the outside, Granty goes before the braking zone. Tim getting a bit of a late on the brakes. And there's a bit of a switch back and forward between the two of them. Gets the move back. There really is some elbows out here, Kieran, between these drivers.
Yep, I don't know if that was a touch up there. It didn't look like a touch. I think it was just they lost the back end, because I think everybody is pushing it. They're trying to get up there, they're giving it everything, which is good to see.
It is really good to see, and seeing these two in the lead not fighting with each other at all. I wonder if the gloves will come off, Kieran, with a couple of laps to go, if they've got a bit of margin. As we see Nathan in the pits. 3-second penalty for Granty Boy.
I don't think they will. I think they've got respect for their teams, and they realise, like, we can't be doing a Nico Rosberg Hamilton situation.
Oh yeah, very true. Forgot about that one. That was last lap, wasn't it?
Yeah, there was a few. I think there's a few that they had it.
Do we see Granty Boy having a go here on Tim?
Tim is looking quite low in the ERS.
And he does need someone like Mars and Gods actually to catch up to the back of Grant. He's giving some backup, really, if he's got low battery.
Yep, because Gods and Mars, they are holding their battery quite well. They're both at 60%, which is really good.
And they are now starting to catch up to the back of Grant. He goes into the pits. Top 5, top 7. It's going to be top 6, sorry, for LFR at the moment. Obviously, some drivers have now pit. This is going to be interesting to see from what goes on with these drivers. These drivers need to be careful, though, not all to pit at once. Because of we don't know what boxes they're going into. So yeah, no. Apart from Lee, of course, who has pit, and I don't know where Lee He's going to come out. He's struggling in last place. Dark Stomper goes into first place. We said top 6 is LFR at the moment, but yet to stop the top 3 without stopping for Rookie Racing League are 7th, 8th and 9th at the moment, and everyone else below them have all pitted, as you can see on your screens. So quite close pace, Kieran, between these 4 LFR drivers from 3rd to 6th. We'll see how many of them dive into the pit lane on this lap. We've got one going in,
Tim.
which is Tim, so we've had one break off so far, and we said we've got Fairham, who's caught up to the back of Rabbi. Of course, Rabbi will have DRS off Gods, but he gets a bad exit, and that's going to ruin his chances of holding that position up the hill, potentially, with the inside line for Fairham, and trying to get that DRS as well for good measure. He's just waiting a bit later, and Gods is going to hold it round the outside. Rabbi is going to hold it round the outside, but looks of things, Kieran. And
yep, Farham looked like he didn't get enough traction out the corner by he just bumped over it a little bit.
So we're just waiting to see what these front 5 are going to do. So we've seen Tim Stop gone down to 10th place with a bit of traffic, bit of clear air ahead of him actually. So we're going to have to see what happens, especially with the front 2. They're going to have to make their minds up when they pit. Dark Stomper into the pits and really pushing those track limits in pit lane. Doesn't get a penalty either. Now Mars is in and Rabbi's in. God stays out. They're all going in pairs to try and make sure they don't hold each other up in the pit lane, which is quite smart thinking from the LFR drivers actually.
Yeah, it stops the problem of being double stacked, but you could also be double stacked with the opposite team, which might not help.
Oh, Dark Stomper comes out of the pit side by side with Milan. Milan takes the place, but of course, crucially, Dark Stomper's going to have the fresher tyres.
Yep, and
Looks
Milan
like
still hasn't pitted yet.
Oh, Milan, sorry, has not pit yet, so he's obviously got some work to do on these drivers, and he's going to want to desperately hold up Dark Stomper, of course. But Dark Stomper looks like he's going to go down the inside. Bit of wheel banging between the 2 of them there, and Dark Stomper gets the move done. Let's see if Phil Jackson now follows suit on Dark Stomper. He does, he comes in a lap later. Gods is coming in as well as he's directing his car towards the pit lane. So Mad Nathan, really not a great call there from some of these Rookie Racing League drivers, I think. Kieran?
No. Because he went in like 4 seconds behind, and now he's like 13, as it said in there.
And here comes Pure Jackson. He's just going to come out behind Milan now, as you were saying, Kieran.
It was 4 seconds behind the front 2 when he went in, and now he's 4 seconds behind Pure Jackson.
Yellow flag. Oh, Mars has been spun round. And and that was lucky that was ghosting on there, because Mars, Robbie went straight through Rabbi, side by side. Oh no, it's Granty giving a massive squeeze there. Well, maybe, I don't know, maybe he should have left a bit of room, potentially. Rabbi looking to the left, looking to the right. We'll have to see what happens in these final 8 laps of this race, but it's still looking all to play for at the moment, Kieran, actually.
Yep, the teams have kind of mixed about now. Obviously when Marzi spins put them in. Oh, sector flat gear 3. It's an LFR driver.
Phil Jackson is round at the final corner. We're all making mistakes now. It's looking like Rookie Racing League are in a great position now.
Yep, thankfully he doesn't have damage. So
yeah, he doesn't have any damage. Phil Jackson
overtook Farham straight away.
Well, fair play to him, and he's going to have to try and get on with it. He's got Gods trying to catch up to the back of those Rookie Racing League drivers. Of course, we'll have a look at the tyre situation. They do have much fresher tyres, Kieran, than the guys ahead of them.
Yep. So whether it'll be a strategic play or not, I don't know.
Jossie's a bit of a lunge there. does get the move done. He is on those soft tyres. I think Bjorn Jackson is going to try and fight back for that position, though. Ferrum is down a few positions now. Milan is just close to the back of him. Unfortunately for Lee, he's sort of been nowhere this whole race.
Yep, after the wing change at the start, I think he was hoping hard to take him to the end, get him up a few positions. But I think he is in the... He should definitely come in for softs and take the fastest lap if he can.
Yeah, that would definitely be a good idea, actually. Lee would come in and take the fastest lap, may give us a little bit more of a chance. Going to try and see if Gods can catch up to these front guys.
He seems to be catching it a little bit.
Have to see. Some of these drivers will start struggling with tyre wear, of course, but I said this is going to be really close between some of these drivers. Rabbi's just gone through on Pure Jackson. Francie Boy's looking to the outside.
I've just seen that Shalawati he's doing soft at the end, I think.
Yeah, but he's going to start to struggle towards the end, I think. So if Gods and Tim can hold on a little bit,
maybe Rab could catch up. And Peel Jackson. Oh, it was a Milan's just overtook Jackson.
No, that's just overtook Pure Jackson. So now he's in the pits again. What's going on with Pure Jackson? He's really not having a good race.
I think he might be going for the softs.
Might be as well. Got Lee coming round. This is such a shame for Pure Jackson. It's good.
Someone else is in the pits. Is Granty Boy?
So both in the pits for front wing changes. Soft tyres going on the pair of them. Pure Jackson is now out the pits. Lee is now up to 12th place. Milan's got past Rabbi. Said this is still very, very close, Kieran. There's only going to be a few points in it, I think. Oh, Dark Stomper got a time penalty, 3 seconds for multiple warnings. Needs to be careful on that front. Tim, of course, has got a time penalty. I think God should be letting him go through, really. Just for that margin, I would say.
Yeah, after the qualifying, it seemed like LFR had a really good chance, but now it's looking about even.
Yeah, it did look quite well, but LFR, but as you said, it's all starting to come out a little bit more even. We've got Brodo, who I think is sort of being held up by Nathan just a little bit, because that time isn't coming down too much just yet. Got Tim very close to the back of them as well. And just seeing some of these drivers towards the back. I'm sure the two drivers at the back are now going to be trying to snatch that fastest lap.
Yep.
13th and 14th, so that'll be interesting to see if they can do it. He said it's really close to call at the minute.
Yeah, I think it might be the fastest lap in the pole that might separate it.
Yeah, it could well do, to be honest. If we just out of curiosity.
But it does look like Gods is keeping up on Gordo. It really does. Oh no, he's just lost 3/10.
Yeah, he has just lost 3/10, and Tim is coming under attack now from Shavaloti, and Tim is there's a bit of late braking going on there. Tim's being squeezed. He looks like he's going to go for a move down the inside, but the squeeze put on again. Of course, Gods now is going to have to try and hold him up as best he can now. I think Kieran, to try and give Tim a bit of a chance to get back through.
Well, Shalawati is running low on ERS, so is Tim, but I think 9-lap old softs, they must be dying off. They really must. So I think
you would think
Tim,
so, wouldn't you?
yeah, I think if Tim just kind of stays in like close proximity to him, he will get him. Because when the soft start off, they're really slow, like really slow.
1/10 separate 12th and 13th. These trying to hold on to that 12th place down the inside. Brantible, what an overtake there. Just got the move done on the exit. Rabbi's now lost a place as well. It's starting to turn a little bit towards Rookie Racing League by the sounds of it for the minute.
God's has got within DRS range of Mad Nathan, so this could be very good for the LFR if he manages to keep it at DRS.
Time penalty though.
Yep.
Which is the issue. So we'll have to wait and see. These lot are going to be fighting quite hard for these last couple of places. I'm not sure if the rookie guys are actually gloves are off now between these two, because yeah, so God's sorry, it's really catching up to the back of these two now.
I think that was maybe a strategic move from Mad Nathan and Gordo, as Mad Nathan's obviously one lap less, old tyres.
Yeah, so we're on lap 17 on this penultimate lap. Kieran, what are you going to say? Sorry, mate.
It's very close between 4th, 5th, 6th. Oh, sorry, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th.
And 7th.
Oh yeah, and 7th, I didn't realise Milan was there.
Yeah, with 1 lap to go. Don't know if any lunges are going to happen on some drivers. So they've all got DRS though, and they've all got low battery. All their lights are flashing, as you can see on the back of their cars. They're all on an even keel now. And see if Mars gets a good exit up towards turn 3. But it doesn't look like anyone's going to really make any sort of overtakes. Milan goes deep. Brantley Boys disqualified from session. That's going to lose them a position. That might cost them quite dear. Rookie Racing League got Tim fighting. Oh, we've got Shrawi who's... Oh no. Oh dear, I think Shrawi was really trying to hold it round the outside, and that's a little bit silly from that driver, because you've got Mars and Pure Jackson starting to catch up now.
There's apparently you look like sector 1.
Dark Stomper wins the race, got Milan into 3rd now. I said this is going to get very interesting, but I think Stewart's going to have to get involved with this, Kieran, after the race with some of this. But we'll have to see what the results are. It is quite close, and it's looking like a Rookie Racing League win by the looks of things. But anyway, that is the final position. Lee comes in 11th place. Obviously, they have lost a driver there. We'll have to see who got fastest lap as well. So you said it could all be
was Pure Jackson.
So Pure Jackson
Yep.
had the fastest lap, and she said this might, don't know what this is going to come down to, Kieran. Might do some quick maths for the did you just go through the final order, Kieran? I'll do some quick maths quickly.
Yep. Right, so first place from LFR we have Dark Stomper. Second place we have Mad Nathan, followed by Gordo and Milan of IFR. Then 5th, 6th we have the pairing of Gods and Tim from LFR. And 7th, 8th, 9th we have Farham, V-Robbie and Shalawati. I'm butchering his name probably. From the opposing team. And then we have 10th, 11th, 12th and 13th the last 4 LFR drivers, which are Rabi, CRX Mars, Flea, and Pure Jackson, who holds fastest lap. And in last place is Granty Boy with a DSQ.
Well, thanks for that, Kieran. So we'll have to wait and see what happened with that. Anyway, thanks for everyone for tonight. Go and check out everyone else's streams. Thanks to Kieran, thanks to Lee for joining us for comment.